I can make it, so can you. This is a statement I've said ever since my very first video. Okay, I was using that weird AI voice when I first started, but the message remains the same. It was never meant to be taken literally. Not entirely. Fun fact, I've actually never called my videos tutorials. I know some of you use them as such, but for me, my videos are meant to spark ideas and most importantly, get you inspired. It's more about being creative and using whatever tools and items you have to make something cool. Making diorama displays is probably my favorite thing to do on this channel. It's one thing to customize figures. It's another to elevate them even more by giving them stages to shine on. And ever since I've started making my paper displays, I often see comments asking me where I downloaded them, or how to get them yourself. First of all my displays are my original designs. But that is also the same reason why I've never released any of them. Let me explain. The displays you see in my videos are my first go at making them, so I actually had to improvise quite often. For example, the Stark Tower helipad did not connect to the walkway properly. The Homecoming Ferry wouldn't stay upright, so I had to put a rock inside of each half to weigh them down. I wasn't able to balance Hela on the base she was standing on. I ended up leaning her against the palace. And most recently, the columns on the White House were too tall. You can actually still see a little gap between the building and the roof. Anyway, that is why I started making mini displays. They serve two purposes: to save some shelf space and to create displays that share the same format and are also easy to build. Unfortunately, while the mini displays have been amazing, they continue to have little flaws here and there. Sometimes they aren't even flaws. They are simply too tedious to build. For example, I was way too ambitious with my first two mini displays. There were way too many small folds required for dummy, Loki's chair, and the hammer. I did not enjoy folding and gluing them. So if I don't enjoy the process myself, I cannot imagine how frustrating it would have been for others. Not everyone is going to be as patient or crafty, so if I were to release anything, I have to make sure it's accessible to everyone to the best of my ability. That is why I've been updating my displays in the background for a while. And now, I can finally announce I'm launching my own store. You can now purchase my displays and make them yourself. That's right, the Spider-Verse displays are now available for you to download. These displays have been updated, and I've rebuilt them again to ensure that the issues I had before are ironed out. I updated the support for the portal on the mini displays. Now you don't have to be precise with the positioning. As for the full-size display, I made the platform at the top wider to make it easier for you to place figures there. You probably have a lot of questions about these DIY displays. You should be able to find most, if not all the answers in the product descriptions. But I'll give you a quick summary on what to expect. My displays are letter-sized PDF files, so you'll need access to a printer and ideally cardstock paper. The quality will vary depending on the printer settings and the brand of your paper. For the printer, both inkjet and laser printers will work. The majority of my displays were printed with a laser printer. I've only switched to an inkjet more recently. As for paper, I recommend letter-sized high-quality cardstock paper. That is what my displays were designed for. But if you have to print them on different size paper, just make sure you check off scale to fit, so nothing gets cropped out. You can probably print them on regular paper too, but structurally it's not going to be as sturdy, so you may need to add some cardboard for extra support. Alright, so say you got them printed out. How do you actually build them? Don't worry, I got that covered too. There will be a QR code on the very first page. That leads to a video that explains what to do. For example, You should score the paper before you cut the pieces out. And once you cut them out, the video guide will also show you which pieces to work on first, and how each piece fits together. These Spider-Verse displays are relatively easy to build in my opinion, and they look great with a variety of Spider-Man figures. That is why I decided to have them as part of my initial launch. I've put a lot of thoughts into these. While I prefer physical products, I ultimately went with digital files because you can reprint them if you make cutting or folding mistakes. You won't feel like you only have one chance at it. As for the instructions, it didn't make sense for me to do a 3-hour-long step-by-step video. A more direct but clear video guide just makes more sense. And if this goes well, I can add more displays with the same format to my store. So if you're interested in building your own Spider-Verse displays, check out my store, link down below. Now I know not everyone's going to be interested in the displays. If you just want to support me, there are also other merch items there as well. There's the mug that you've been seeing me use recently, a shirt, and a hat. They come with a stay-inspired design or my logo. Whether you decide to buy or not, your support is still greatly appreciated. And as always, stay inspired and I'll see you soon. And I do mean it literally this time. I can make it, so can you. Hello, this is Ken. I like making things. Whether it's repainting my figures or making diorama displays, I love making things look awesome. My goal is to elevate my figures so they can shine on my display. Join my DIY adventure as I ask myself the same question every week. Can I make it?